Hi everyone, today I am here to bring you a glute and abdominal focused Pilates reformer workout. As far as equipment goes today, you will need your reformer, you will need your box, and then optionally I am going to be using ankle weights today to increase the resistance in both my core and my lower body. The ankle weights that I'm using are Bala bands, they are 2 pounds each. I will link that item in the description of the video below. As always during this workout, please feel free to modify as necessary. Really feel free to make this workout your own. I'm really looking forward to this workout. I'm sure it's going to provide a pretty big energy burn. When you're ready, gather your equipment because this workout starts now. So I'm all set up. I've got my headrest and my foot bar up. I've got 2 heavy and 1 medium spring on, and I've placed my ankle weights around my ankles. When you're ready, let's slide down onto the carriage. Head on the headrest, a little room between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks. We'll start with both heels on the foot bar, feet flexed, thigh bones parallel, and sit bone distance apart. Reach those arms down the carriage, widen your collarbones, and lengthen through the back of the neck. When you're ready, take a big inhale and press the carriage out, and exhale and pull the carriage in. Working both on the way out and the way in. Imagining that the heels are sliding down the foot bar towards the springs to start to activate the glutes and the hamstrings. Let's do a few more here. Good, last 4, and 3, last 2, and last time. Come in, bring your right knee into a tabletop position. Press the carriage out, and then as you pull the carriage in, reach that right leg over the foot bar. Press and pull. Press and pull. Still activating the back of that foot bar leg. Starting to engage the core by reaching those toes long over the foot bar. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And last one, come in, switch out the feet. Good, press out. And then as you come in, reach those toes over the foot bar. That's it. Check in with your pelvis. Make sure that it's equally weighted on that carriage. Last 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Come all the way in, move all 10 toes onto the foot bar. Still sit bone distance apart. Press the carriage out with both feet and pull the carriage in. Keeping the heels nice and still in space. Good, finding length through the body with these double leg movements. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come in, shift your weight into your right foot, extend your left leg up to the ceiling above you. Press the carriage out, and as you pull the carriage in, reach that leg over the foot bar. Up, and over. Up, and over. Keep the breath flowing. Let's do 4. Last 2. And last 1. Come in, switch out the feet. Your other leg goes to the ceiling. Press the carriage out, pull the carriage in, and reach the leg over. Now again, this workout could be done without the ankle weights. The ankle weights are just adding that little bit of resistance so that you can feel your core a little bit deeper, maybe activate the muscles in the legs a little bit more. Last 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Come all the way in, bring your heels together and your toes apart. The knees are just hips distance apart. Press the carriage out and pull the carriage in. Think about zipping the backs of the inner thighs towards one another, squeezing the underside of the glutes. The last 4, nice and active in your movement. Last 2, and last 1. Good. Now press the carriage out. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling in external rotation. From here, you're going to pull the carriage in, and at the same time, you're going to sweep your leg out and around and up in a circle. Out, around, and up. Out, around, and up. Narrowing the movement of the right and the left leg. Keeping the leg long and the pelvis steady. Last 3. And last 1. You'll bend that standing leg halfway in and reverse your circle. You're just going to hold that static hold on the left-hand side. And last 4. Last 2. And last 1. Bring all 10 toes back on. Straighten the legs, switch out the feet. From here, circle the leg out, around, and up, as you bend and straighten your standing leg. Last 4. Last 2. And last 1. Bend your foot bar foot just a bit, and then reverse your circle. For 8, 7, 6, the last 4, the last 2, and last 1. Very nice job. Come all the way in. Take your head rest down if it's been lifted up. Make sure you have a little space between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks. Bring your heels onto the foot bar. Hands down by the sides. Tuck your tailbone under and roll that pelvis up. And then roll the pelvis back down. Good. Check in with your feet. Just make sure that your feet are nice and active. Pinky toes pulling back towards the shins. Let's do 2 more here. Warming up the back side of the body that little bit more. Last time, hold the hips up. Shift the weight into the right foot. Left leg goes to the ceiling. Good. From here, lower and lift the leg. Flexed foot this time. For 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Press the carriage out as you pull the carriage and kick the leg up. Up. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold the carriage in, point the toe, and little lifts for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Without shifting the hips, switch out the feet. Other leg comes up. Make sure you've got a nice stable base. Lower and lift the leg. For 4, 3. Last 1. Add the carriage press out. As you pull the carriage in, the leg lifts to the sky. 4, 3. Hold the carriage in, point the toe, little lifts for 8, 7. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet come down, roll the hips down, pull the carriage in, reset. All right, let's come all the way up. We're going to change our spring to 1 heavy and 1 medium spring, and then come all the way back down. If you would like to put your headrest up, you are welcome to. I'm going to leave mine down, grab my straps. If you have a choice between shorter and longer loops, try for the shorter loops to begin. Bring your knees into tabletop, tailbone heavy, and just lower and lift the arms. Good, so I want you to check in, especially if you have those ankle weights, that the knees are directly above the hips and the shins are parallel to the floor. We're going to start to extend 1 leg at a time over the foot bar as the arms come down. Arms come down, leg goes out. Alternating sides. And now we'll add a head lift as the leg shoots out. Let's do 4. Last 2. Last 1. Lower the head down, but leave that leg extended. Now lower and lift the arms again. As the arms go down, that leg will lift up. As the arms go down, maybe the head lifts up. So lots of options here. Last 4. Last time. Good. Switch out the legs. Same thing. Arms go down and up. Option to add the leg lift. Option to add the head lift. Last 4. And 1 more. Bend the knees in. Take just a moment to rest. Good. So from here, bring those hands back up. Bring your knees back up into tabletop, and then bring your hands to knee height. We're just going to exchange the legs. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Reaching long into your straps. Maybe the head lifts up for 8. 7, sliding those front ribs down to the hips. Last 4. Last 2. And 1. Head comes down, hands stay. Scissor the legs, long legs. Last 4, keep reaching into the springs. Last 1, hug the knees in, kind of in a frog position, heels together, knees apart, elbows bent at 90 degrees by the sides. Flex your feet. Start to extend and bend at the elbow. Elbows can hover over the mat or press down into the carriage. And now as the arms extend, the legs will stay bent. As the elbows bend, the legs will extend. Option for the head to be lifted here. Last 4. Really long legs. And last time. A very nice job. Place those straps back. Headrest down if it's not already. Oops. Grab onto your pegs. Reach your feet up to the ceiling. Widen your elbows, flex your feet. Inhale the knees over to the right. Exhale them back center. Inhale them over to the left. Exhale back center. Now you could do this with bent knees. You could do this with soft knees if you've got particularly tight hamstrings. So pay attention to your body and make adjustments as necessary. If your legs are straight, those feet are next to one another throughout. Your opposite hip is lifting off the carriage. We're going to add on a little bit. Go over to the left, down around to the right, and back to center. Reverse over to the right, down around to the left, and back to center. You can stay here, hips down, head down, or if you'd like to, you can add a hip lift as the legs come back center. Little lift, and control the lower. Over, around, center, little lift, and lower. Over, around, center, a little lift, and lower. The final option is to angle the feet as they lift the ceiling. So if you go over to the left, around to the right, we're going to angle our toes to the left as they lift so that when our hips come back down, we can start sweeping the legs directly over to the right. Around to the left, lift the toes to the right, legs go down to the left. Down and around, legs go to the left, sweep them down, around and to the right. So although that sounds confusing, once you start moving, it'll seem like a natural progression of where the movement pattern should go. Last 2, and last 1. Very nice job. Bring those feet down. Let's prop ourselves up. We're gonna change our springs out. So I'm switching down to one medium spring, and we're also gonna get our box and place our box on. Good, so long box. We're gonna come up to kneeling on this long box. And then we're gonna take our strap onto our foot. So right around that arch, hands are under the shoulders. I want you to bring your leg over to the side of the carriage and square off your pelvis to the foot bar. And then when you're ready, you're gonna lift and lower that leg. Nice long spine. Make sure you take your time getting into position. Reach through the toes, squeeze the tush on the way back. Spine is nice and neutral. Now let's do 4 more here. The last 2. And then hold that leg up. Flex the foot, bend the knee over the strap, and press back. Inhale and exhale. Last 2. And 1. Let's combine them. Down and up. Bend and extend. Just 2 more. And last time. Bend, extend. Hold the extension. Little lifts up for 8. 7, the last 4, last 2, and 1. Bend that knee in, good. We'll take the strap off. Coming all the way home carefully. Take a moment to sit the hips back to the heels, reset, and we will start with the other side. So we're gonna grab that strap, place it on our foot. Take your time with this, so it's a struggle. Hands back down on the edge of your carriage. The box. Spine is neutral. Bring your other leg off to the side. When you're ready, lengthen that leg back. And then down, and back. Gaze is forward. Hips are square. The last 4. The last 2. And 1 more. Hold the leg back, bend the knee, and press back. Now your knee is pressing over the strap, so you're in a bit of external rotation here. The last 4. Let's combine the 2. Here we go. Lower lift, bend, extend. Lower lift, bend, extend. 2 more sets. Last time. Hold that leg back, little lifts for 8. 7, hang on to it, 6. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Both knees down. Take that strap carefully off. Have a seat on the box. Bring your feet onto your headrest. Let's cross one ankle over the other thigh for a moment. And just take a little hip stretch here. Pressing the knee open to the side. Taking a big exhale and relaxing for a moment. Switch sides. Good. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to take your strap and place it around your right thigh. We are going to lay all the way down, so make sure you're scooched further forward on your box so you have room to lay down. Hands behind the head, that knee is in tabletop. We're just going to extend and bend the knee a little bit. Make sure you're far enough back on your box that you have a range of motion with that strap. If you need to, you can always scooch further back. Now add a head, neck, and chest lift as the knee comes in. My other toes are on my headrest, lightly resting. The last 4. The last one, adding on. Pull, stretch, bend, extend. Pull, stretch, bend, extend. We have one more addition. Pull, stretch, reach, bend, extend. Find your rhythm. The last 2. Last time, hold the leg up, just the reach. 8, 7. Try to get that toe close to the nose. The last 4. The last 2. And last 1. Good. Lower down. Open your chest up over that box if it feels good. And then when you're ready, we are going to come all the way up, take that strap off, and do the same thing on the other side. So readjust. Place your strap on around the thigh. Scooch down onto the box. Knee comes into tabletop, hands behind the head. Extend and bend the leg. Check in, make sure you're in a good position on the box. Slide those front ribs down to the hips. Add the chest lift. Nice deep exhales. Add the leg extension. Control the tension of the spring. Add the arm reach. Now all these add-ons are up to you. Choose what feels good today. Challenge yourself where appropriate. Pull back when appropriate as well. Last 2. The last one, stay. Little lifts. 8, 7. The last 4. The last 2 and 1. Very nice job. Roll yourself up. Take that strap off. Lay back down on your box. Good. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. I'm going to take my outside hand down to my ankle, my inside hand onto my knee. The other leg extends long. Pull twice and switch. The last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the leg long. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Reach and pull. Find that opposition between the legs. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands behind the head. Reach, center. Reach, center. We're rotating through the spine, extending the opposite leg. For 4. And last one. Hug the knees in. Extend every leg long. Arms arms come out to a T, and circle. Control that carriage. 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the head. Lift the toes to the sky. Lower a few inches and lift. For 4. Last 2. And 1. Bend the knees in, carefully roll yourself up. Place your feet down on your headrest. From here, we're going to come all the way down. Take our box and turn it sideways. And then push our carriage out so that the box is sandwiched between the carriage and the foot bar. Now, every performer is different, so if you need to make any adjustments to where that box is so that it feels secure and safe, you can, but you want to make sure that it's equidistant on both sides of the frame so it is nice and stationary. When you're ready, come all the way down onto the carriage. Heels wide on your box, arms down by your sides. Roll the pelvis up into your bridge. Press the carriage out. Hold the carriage in. Press the carriage out. Hold the carriage in. Now, if your feet feel like they're sliding, you could put little sticky pads underneath your heels. If you feel good where you are, stay where you are. Propel those hips up to the ceiling as the carriage comes in. Well, let's do 4 more here. The last 2. And 1 more time. Hold the carriage in and just pulse the hips up for 8 and 7 and 6. 3, 2, and 1. Lower that spine all the way back down. Bring your heels together and your toes apart into Pilates feet. We're going to do that series 1 more time. Roll the pelvis up off the mat. Press the carriage out, glue those heels together. Pull the carriage in and elevate those hips. Press and pull. Last 4. Last 2. And 1 more time. Pull the carriage in, hold the carriage in, and pulse the hips up for 8, 7, 6. Last 4. 3. Keep the hips up nice and high and butterfly the knees out and in, out and in. The last 4. Last 2. Pull the knees nice and wide, elevate the pelvis and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the hips all the way back down. Very nice job. Slide yourself out from under there. Carefully remove your box. Slide your carriage home. Turn your box again lengthwise. Come around to the side. Bring your foot bar leg up onto the box. Lean your body forward and just stretch out those hips. Now you might stay elevated or you might come down further, that's up to you. Hang out here for a few moments. If you'd like to add rotation, rotate your opposite knee, your opposite elbow towards your knee and take a little twist. Beautiful. Let's step back. Switch out the feet. Stay lifted or come down further. Breathe. And an option to take that twist. Nice, coming on up, stepping back. Taking a big step back off the box, leaning the hips back, letting the head go through the upper arms. And then leaning the body forward onto the box and coming into a little bit of back extension. And again, hips go back, chest goes forward and down between the arms. And then lifting the torso up, leaning forward, pelvis forward, coming into back extension. Let's do 2 more here. And one more time, taking your time. Good, and then bring your feet underneath you. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I truly hope you appreciated that workout. I definitely feel a little bit sweaty. Please leave a comment or question down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And as always, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.